Longest Night. Is that the one? I didn't look anything up. I just know it's winter solstice. And I believe, when I ever think about it, is that means from here on out, the days are going to get progressively longer and warmer. That'd be great. I'm done with the dark and the cold now. It's been fun. Ah, Music Maestro. Where is it? There we go. No, if that's too loud, too soft, too annoying, etc. Should be fine. Tater Dom, hello. Welcome to this chaos. That is Flaviar. Not sponsored. Whiskey Advent Calendar. I am getting to the end of this. It feels like I just started. I feel like I just started. There's one thing I want to mention before I forget for the 12th time. On the box, which is right here. You can't see it, but I promise it is here. I showed it earlier in the month. If you want to see what it looks like, go to the start. Then watch all of them from there. YouTube likes that. You'll like that. It'll be great. But on the label here, fine, I'll show you. Here's the box. This is the label I'm talking about. This actually just goes in here to close it. I'll be used to. And it says, "For there is nothing lost that may be found if sought." I like that. I want to share it with you. No, you don't. Now you're supposed to be on. Doesn't do anything. I just like having it on. The salt lamp, which is just, I don't even know. I have one. It was a gift. I kept it. It's shiny. That's about all I think about it. 21? Yeah, 21. Winter solstice. Good on you. Upside down and backwards. We have a few more days. So what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Boom. Done. Sunday being a special streaming day. Stay tuned for that. And then Monday is the holiday, Christmas Day. Then I'm done. Or am I? I have things in my head. We'll find out what I think when I get to that. Vial in hand. Cannot see what it is at all. What day? Thursday? I know Roy was on today, but that was hours ago. I have completely lost touch of who does what and when, thankfully. I tried to do it for a while, but that was likely back in 2020-ish times. And I came to the point where I have to focus on my own channel, and that's it. Cannot try to watch everything. You will lose your mind very quickly. I'm trying to point this away from me. This already, the thought process is an Irish whiskey, and that would be grand. If it's some kind of fancy redbreast, I'd be really happy about that. If you're wondering why I'm thinking about redbreast, check out yesterday's video. Look at that. Where's the focus point? Find it. Find it. I know it's around here somewhere. It's around here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Look at how pretty that is. No, that's focused behind me. Focus on the glass. I've only done this 20 times. You'd think I'd know where it is by now. It's somewhere between where I am and where you are. That's what I know for certain. But that is a beautiful color. That. What color is that? Sunshine? Honey? Honeycomb? I like sunshine. That looks pretty close to that. Not that I recommend looking at the sun. Don't do that. But it makes me think of warmer days. That is a certain. Warmer days, maybe spring. Anytime I think of Irish whiskey, I start thinking of the spring. Thank you, St. Patrick's Day, for that. Anyway, great color. Well, we'll mark down what I think it is when we get to the booklet. For now, go to the nose. Good idea. All right. Malty and funky. So now my pivot is possibly a Scotch. This is not a giant leap. It's either a funky Irish or some kind of weird Scotch that might have a bit of strangeness to it on the palate. We'll see. Hold on. Just a quick sniff. Lemon malt balls. I'm trying to figure out if I thought biscuit or cornbread just now. Possibly both. I'd be pissed if they threw some kind of corn whiskey at me just to screw with me. This is another one that seems familiar. Huh. It's sweet and there's a fruit note, but it's got that raisiny, overly ripe bit to it. Why do you seem so familiar? I'm starting to wonder if there's any sort of peat in here. I'm at that point. Because if it's lightly peated, I'll get bamboozled and think it's some kind of fruit, which is hard to believe unless you understand the peat world. Because I'm trying to figure out what that funk is. Is it a malt funk? Is it a little touch of peat? Is it something else? Is it a sherry butt? Is it... What are you? Tell me. Soon enough. It's pleasant though. It's growing on me. My initial nosing was like, oh, hello. But now it's like, oh, interesting. Curiosity. There's a touch of caramel apple. Like, sorry, green. Green apple with caramel on it. Mike Franklin, hello. Welcome. Happy winter solstice to you, too. It is cold outside. Oh, yeah. Oof. It dropped a convenient bit there. I looked initially, and it was like 34 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I looked again, it's like 27 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what, -2 Celsius? Tell me. That says -1. That's not right. Hold on. Gotta update. Why do I feel like I've smelled this before? I'm leaning more towards Scotch. There's too many indicators there saying Scotch and not enough sweet. Vanillas and biscuity notes. Either way, I'd be happy with either of those right now. Scotch or Irish, please do so. Yeah, -2. Oh, please let me know what's in your glass. If it's anything, whatever it is, doesn't have to be whiskey. I am just curious. I don't like to drink alone, technically. Oh, you're really throwing me for a loop here. All right, let's get on the palate. Nose only says so much. Cheers. Here we go. Oh, damn. That's nice. Still leaning towards Scotch. The texture is making me hesitate. It's nice. It's not, amazing, but it's good. And this was mostly sweet and spicy and a little bit of a cough drop feeling. First whiskey of the day, by the way. All the way down. No real finish. Anyway, first sip. Second sip, hold on palate. See what happens next. Take up the spice a little. Peppery cinnamon, vanilla, butter. Cinnamon rolls. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. More. More of whatever this is, please. Part of my head is saying Talisker. I haven't had Talisker enough times to say that for certain. But it is leaning towards that direction, yeah, clearly in my head. And I want to pour some of that. That and KillCo 12, which again, did the video a little while ago. That's the good stuff. That's really nice. It's fairly simple. There's a little bit of like honey to it. Of course, I'm looking right at it. I'm thinking honey. And please, if you can help me out with this, please do. I've said a bunch of stuff. I'm not particularly good at memorizing what they are. Some of them are good, some of them are... And I get weird stuff like cantaloupe just popping in uninvited. But cantaloupe, the orange stuff, the cantaloupes have always been a little weird to me. No, stop, cancel. Apparently my phone thought I was trying to talk to it. I was not. Mumbled the word cantaloupe and it got confused. I'd say it's a lower proof. 43? Really, I wanted to say 40, but the texture of it's really nice. Could be 46. Either way, I enjoy this. I'm still leaning into Scotch. Fairly simple, approachable, enjoyable. Very enjoyable. Is this going to be some Scotch I've never heard of? But it's a possibility. Ew. Three more minutes. 3 more minutes until I can actually find out what it is. I did that faster than I expected. Get good at this. Finally, after all these years. I do enjoy this though. This is perfect for tonight. Whatever this is. Yeah, the winter solstice. A nice, possibly mildly peated Scotch. Or something completely different. If they throw another peated Irish at me, I swear. I don't even remember which day that was, but they gave me a silky, which I've had. I thought it was right over there. And it seems familiar. This one also seems familiar, but I can't place why. It's actually pretty good. In a simple way. Which I have to say, the one little, I don't want to call it setback, but the thing I have to remind myself about when I do the advent calendars of this type is they're going for a, what do I call it? Mid? It feels like they're going for a certain level of interest for what it is, like a certain experience, really. And that's a term I don't use as like I have more experience. It's like I drink more whiskey. And if you're in a Flaviar program, which is literally just a way to buy whiskey, they're aiming for a certain wavelength, where there's enough interesting stuff in here, and there definitely is. But I don't think many of these have been over 50%. I don't think any of them have been, well, maybe one. So I have to keep that in mind for most of them. So they're not going to get to the point where I'm at, where I like a certain proof/percentage. Emily Chambers, hello. Cheers, welcome, happy winter solstice. Enjoy the eternal night, because it's the longest one. Well, in Australia, it's the longest day. How weird is that? Who'da thunk? Irritatingly familiar. But that's good. Because the one thing I like is if I get one of these, I'm like, this is familiar. Why? Well, then they tell me, which is really the best part. So, there we go. 15-minute marker. Nailed it. Let's find out what the vial tells us. Oh, you bastards. Product of Ireland. 46%. Again, I should lead with my gut. First thing I said about this is it looks like an Irish. And why is it so peppery? Still like it. But I have had ones like this before. Not one I liked, but there was a, oh god, I can't remember what it is. It came in a metal container, like a metal tube. I don't know why I'm doing that. I have a glass of whiskey right here. All right, what are you? Tell me true. But the one I'm thinking of had some kind of horse-related thing. I didn't like that one though. It was a 12 or something or other. Either way, I'm curious to see what kind of Irish whiskey this is, because this is a nice little twist. I'm glad I stayed in the category of Irish to Scotch, but I was starting to convince myself this was Scotch. But remember, trust your gut. My gut initially said Irish whiskey, and I said no, because it's just a little too spicy. The texture really should have been a giveaway. Damn you! Who are you? I swear if you're Redbreast, don't you dare. I know it isn't. But if it was, I'd be so pissed. This is the part where I fiddle with the page for about 30 seconds. At this point, I don't want to accidentally go too far. Alright, day 21. Oh. Something I've never heard of. Again. The tasting notes they have: spicy, almond, dried fruits, vanilla, sweet, plum. Said plum. Smooth, caramel, rich. I guess that's something about raisins. Did I? I've said so many tasting notes over the past 20 days that I really don't know what I say anymore. That's why I needed an adult to help. So that's you guys. And now I have to think about what I said. I like rich. The texture of this is just on point. Oh, it's a single barrel. Okay, single barrel Irish. Well, it doesn't. That makes it interesting. We're gonna go with. I have to go with corn because you'll see. I'll show you. But the color-wise, they label it as corn. I would just call that gold, but their gold looks more like orangish yellowish to me. But whatever. It's their chart. It's their printer ink. I don't know. And it's called Limavady. Limavady? Four Leaf, where are you? And if you haven't checked out Four Leaf Whiskey's channel, you should. I know you guys have. I'm seeing the names here. I know. But here we go. Let's show you the tasting notes that they give you here. Sweet, spicy almond, dried fruits, vanilla, plum, caramel, smooth, rich. Day 21. Limavady. Single barrel Irish whiskey. 46%. Very nice. Like, for a first introduction to this, excellent. And if you'd like to learn more about it, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give you enough time to check that with your cell phones. If you should want to do so, just pause the stream or the video if you're watching the replay. 7 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I want to give everything 7s, but I didn't do that. But 8 out of 10 for what it is. Good stuff. Single barrel, though. Well, actually, single barrel is a plus. Because I like stuff like, I like things such as Four Roses single barrels. I don't have one behind me, but I should. What's the other one I like single barrels of? Is Russell single barrel? I feel like it is. Because everything's doing single barrels now. There, that's my prime example, is Four Roses single barrels. That's what got me really hooked on Four Roses whiskey, bourbon. And I haven't had a bad one of those yet. However, if you have something like, I don't know, Blanton's, those are also single barrel, and they're not as spot on, unfortunately. But hey, a single barrel. So I'm curious to see what the differences would be, and if this is the norm for them. Or if they just gave a single barrel to Flaviar, and they just put it in there, like for all of them now. Eat the tasting. Limavady. I have to ask Four Leaf about this. I'll help you with the tasting notes if you can. I don't remember what I said. I said honey. I know I said honey. H-O-N-E-Y. This doesn't work. It's on my knee. And I am still a fleshy thing that doesn't have much stuff. But you know what? Put this thing to use. Oh, it took me 20 days to learn this. I gotta sit up. Oof. Feels shorter. Did I move the camera? I think I did. I know I did actually. It was for a joke. Because the hat was too. Anyway, whatever. Honey. Bacon. No, I didn't say bacon. Go back to the whiskey bride. Cinnamon roll. I said that. That's good stuff, man. What the hell? The other thing that this does is enforces the idea of trusting your gut when it comes to whiskey, because I am very good at psyching myself out, as we have demonstrated tonight. And certain tells. Finding your personal tells is one of the more difficult things I've found to do with any of this. I am not someone who's looking to figure out every single whiskey I taste exactly as it is, and I guess the exact proof, and sounds exhausting. All I'm looking to find is what my personal tells are, which will help me identify what I'm drinking for me. In this case, the texture of this was really nice. I initially thought it was an Irish whiskey just from appearance. Some scotches look like that, but still. The nose was misleading because it seemed more peppery, spicier than I expected from an Irish. I'm wondering what that's about. Don't give me any pens like this. And then, that's about it. Little things like honey, though. But like I was saying, finding your own personal tells is the best thing about doing something like this. In my case, figuring out the texture. Texture is a tell. And again, my initial thoughts, my initial look. It's like, it looks like Irish whiskey. Did I listen to myself? No. Because the nose was malty. That's right. Malt balls. I think I said malt balls. Balls. Sugar Kitty Meow, happy with the winter solstice. I have a lot of work to do, unfortunately. I'm going to rant a little. Stay tuned. I have to edit, for those of you who are members, I have not forgotten about the podcast. I just uploaded it today. Well, I'm editing it today and recorded it today. So it will be edited tonight and uploaded tonight, hopefully. But that will be about something I was waiting to hear back from. I was expecting a very important phone call today. I wanted to wait until after that to record the podcast. So tune into that. Sugar Candy, I hate it. I did it myself. I have videos to record for next year. That feels terrible to say. Which means I still need to edit said videos. Which means I also added, I have 2 other videos on top of that. One is for the monthly musing. Next month is a monthly musing. I have to make a video for that. And it's not one I'm particularly thrilled to do, but I know why I'm doing it. Look it up. You'll figure it out. Not hard. And I have a special surprise. Don't tell anyone. For Christmas Day. It's going to be a bonus video. And it's mostly because I was rummaging around in my bottles and found something specifically that would have been for later in next year. And then I realized by looking at it, I was like, no. Perfect whiskey to open for Christmas Day. What am I doing? So that's been recorded. It just needs to be edited, which I will do this weekend. Hope. And the podcast should be edited by tonight. So much whiskey, so much little time. Madness. Honey cinnamon roll, malt balls. What else? Silky mouthfeel. Little peppery. Meow 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 meow. Dangerous. The worst part about everything now is I feel tired. Now that I've sat down for a little bit, my body is like, hey, you know what? You know what? You haven't really eaten a lot today. You've exercised the past 4 days in a row. I'm tired. That's the feeling I just got. It's the feeling that, like, the heavy feeling behind my eyes. Not fun. The hell. Yamix, indeed. Your favorite treat. Oh, Jesus. Hello. Mike Franklin, thank you very much. Cheers. Appreciate that. We're getting closer to the goal. It will take a second to actually kick in because time is a different thing on the internet. But I just saw that, and it should pop up momentarily because there's a delay. And I don't know if that's because of the streaming itself or because of it being a super chat. I do wonder about that. Super chats are still new for me, so we'll see. Thank you for all the little hearts and clicky things. I see that. I too am like a clicky thing. Put clicky things in front of me. It's all over. That's a weird way of putting it. I have a tab or a drop down I can pick called fan funding, super chat, super stickers, channel memberships, and gifting. Cool. But I can just look at a whole drop down menu. It's weird. I bet other channels do that when they are trying not to miss super chats, because that would be exactly why I would use that if I were in a situation where that were a common thing to happen. Thankfully it isn't, but wait for it. Talk to the snowman. What else did I say? Oh, there it is. Boop. The wabbit with tones. Doink. Thank you, thank you. What are we at? 82.98? Booyah! We're almost to the silly payout. I haven't checked my bank today, actually. I don't know if YouTube sent their approval money for last month, because they take an entire 21 plus days for it to actually go through. It's wild. It's wild. But I don't work exactly for them, so it's okay. I said vanilla, didn't I? That's a pretty common one, so I'm gonna assume I said. I said cornbread too. That was a weird one. Cornbread, like buttery. I said buttery and I ignored it. There's another tell. If I think of whiskey as buttery, it may or may not be a whiskey. It may or may not be an Irish whiskey. Wonder what kind of, how many times they do the distillation stuff. Copper pot stills and such. Triple distillation, maybe. I can drink that far too fast. Like, I can see myself being done with this one. Pouring about 3 ounces in a tumbler. Just sip it away. Because it doesn't linger. It doesn't burn too much at 46% too. Not just a 40%er. It's coming in at 46. Well, I'm going to try to look back on what I just recorded here, or did. Because I know I have more tasting notes than that. But we have hit the 30-minute mark. I will be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so I'll be back here at 7 p.m. Eastern. Till then, as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you tomorrow, but also but also out there. Okay, bye. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.